All right, so many of you have probably figured out the first couple easy steps of the in-class exercise, but I just want to walk you through the whole thing, how to create it, and there's actually a couple different ways of doing it. So first of all, let's start with creating a sketch, and we're going to start on the top plane if we're trying to imitate the shape that they did. And I'm going to do a center point rectangle, and it doesn't matter the size, I'm just going to draw one. I'm going to accept that, extrude it, and accept that. And then I'm going to go here and I'm going to create another sketch. And I'm going to do a circle in the center here and accept that. And then I'm going to extrude this. And we're going to do 2 inches this time, just to make it a little taller. And most of you have probably gotten to somewhere like this. Now, again, I can go back and make the circle smaller or larger, it doesn't matter. And I can update it. So go back and make it a tad bit smaller. So I'm just going to click and drag the circle in a little bit. And hit there we go. So most of you can probably get to this pretty quickly and easily based on what you've done so far. The hard thing is this funky edge that we basically have to slice off the top half of this. So how do we do that? Well, there's a couple ways. Remember that we can draw different shapes. We have done squares and circles. There's also a line tool too, which you learned in day 2. So I'm going to click on this face here, and I'm going to create a sketch. And that allows me to do this sketch across the face here. And I'm going to move to normal. And I'm going to use the line tool. And now really all that's happening is we're creating a triangle. If you look at the shape of it, just a really big triangle. It doesn't have to be perfect, but there's a triangle. I then accept that triangle, and I can click it, and then I can extrude it. And I'm going to use the remove feature that we learned in the practice exercises. Now, if you have no idea how to get it to go all the way through, you can always grab this arrow and drag it, and you'll see that it slices it off. There's another setting where it says blind here. You can choose through all, and that will do it as well. So you can either drag the arrow or you can do through all, either one. And I'm going to accept that, and now it's chopped. So there's my angled cut. And again, I could do it in different ways. If it's not quite perfect on the top, that's okay as well. So let's try one other way of doing this though. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to delete this. So what if I didn't realize how to put it on this face here? Well, I can still do a sketch on the front plane, and I can still draw a triangle, just like so. And I'm actually going to start this triangle a little bit further to the left. So I'm going to start like right here. This triangle, different angle, there we go. So I can do this triangle and then, oops, I can actually drag this up and make it a little bigger. There we go. So I'm going to slice it off like that. I accept it. I click on my triangle. You'll notice it's intersecting it right now, so I can do sketch. And again, I could do remove, and you'll see that it takes away half of it. So how do I do the other half? Well, you could just accept it and then unhide the sketch, select it again, extrude, do remove again, and then change the direction of it and cut it off that way. Or there's something even cooler that you can do with extrudes is you can do here symmetric. That means it goes out in both directions. And so then when I grab the arrow and drag it out there, it cuts it both left and right and does it that way as well. So again, there's a number of different ways that you could do this. Any of those ways will work. Any of them are fine. Basically, the idea is that you have to draw that triangle and extrude remove in order to get rid of the top half of it. So let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully this is helpful.